What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 12 of Buy Sell Talk. It feels good to be back.
Word.
It's been quite a long time ever since we recorded the last episode. But here we are. Always make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on the last video and this one. And without further ado, I'm Bryan.
I'm Leo.
I'm Tony.
And I'm Bryan.
It's Bryan with the Y.
With the Y, the right way to say it.
There we are. Oh, my Jesus.
Spell it.
Oh.
Come on, B-R-Y-A-n, the real way.
That's debatable. That's debatable.
Well, technically, you say it the same exact way.
What are you wearing? Spanish. What are you wearing on your feet, Bryan? To my right.
Sambas, old reliable.
You had to check.
Yeah, I thought you were talking.
Christ.
I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm wearing the Air Max 95s, Atmos Safari Animal Pack. What are you wearing, Bryan? To my left.
For me, I am wearing the Born and Raised, the pink laces.
Yeah, tell them what else you got on, bro.
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty much Stussied out and Born and Raised out, if you guys can see. Born and Raised. Stussy is my favorite brand.
Someone get this man a sponsorship.
Yes,
bro.
please. Stussy, please.
At Stussy?
Please. Yes.
At Stussy at Born and Raised?
I've been a fan for 15 years, actually. So.
Nice.
Have you been rocking it all 15 years?
Yes, even since Yellow Rat Bastard. So
even when it died out for a few years.
Yes, here and there.
Damn.
Even when the shirts were like skinny.
I gotta ask.
Yes.
In the few years that it was available at Paxo.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
With the logos in the back, yes.
Word. I feel it.
Tony?
I'm wearing the same thing that I've worn the last 3 or 4 episodes, which is the White Cement 3, the Reimagines.
Oh, yeah. What do you got on the body, though? Tell us about the tee.
This is our newest tee that we dropped, 2-3 weeks ago. It is a unofficial collab with this, and then right here is the back.
Word.
There we are. And as per usual, this episode is sponsored by Blue Royal, to my left right here. It's available both in New York and New Jersey. You can also get it shipped out to any of the other 48 states. Blue Royal tends to transform the conversation between tequila and rum. And today, we'll be having a new conversation with Bryan over here on my far left regarding the state of sneakers, consignment, and a bunch of other things you might want to tune in for.
Yes, and I have a whole bunch of opinions about those topics, so looking forward to it.
Facts.
So, Leo, what do you got first on the list?
Well, I mean, as Bryan is wearing here and also displaying to his left, Born and Raised came out. It was a drop that happened on September 28th, I believe.
Yes.
It was an LA drop. They dropped in their store only. It didn't come out on sneakers. There was a line that wrapped 12 blocks, if I'm not mistaken. And
it was a raffle, so you're not even guaranteed to get that pair.
From what my understanding of the know, essentially, if you didn't know anyone there or you weren't there by hour 3, it didn't matter where you were because it got clipped.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Just goes to show you how people really want these.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, apparently there were thousands of people out there, and like I said, it was a raffle, so you weren't even guaranteed to get a pair, so you were just taking your chances, basically.
Yeah, and I think at some point they cut the raffle off to see if anyone would leave, and then whoever stayed, they gave them extra raffle tickets.
How'd you get your pair?
Me? Oh, of course, the back door. Always the back door. Because the back door is always open.
Jeez.
Speaking about this swinging back door.
Pause. Yes, please. Tony, pause. Thank you.
Speaking about these swinging back door that apparently doesn't seem to close. Let's talk about a nice little hot take that happened not too long ago. I believe there was a situation in Chicago where members of themselves were caught opening the back door of a trailer, if you may.
Yes, the actual back door was pretty open in that truck, and apparently what happened was that they actually robbed rail cars in Memphis and actually redirected it to Chicago.
To their warehouse, right?
To the warehouse, correct. And from there, they actually distributed it to everywhere in the country.
So even before it hit the warehouse, they were just canvassing,
Yes.
That's
100%.
nuts.
100%. So.
Yeah, and it wasn't like Nike or whoever, these bigger brands caught wind of it, and there's like this big mastermind, counter theft unit that came in place. Does anybody know how these individuals were caught?
They actually got caught by local police.
Hey, yo.
Terrible. I mean, apparently this has been going on for years, but apparently the local police were the ones that actually caught them. I guess they messed up, and from there they found the nationwide ring, and now it's screwed.
So how many people were caught so far?
I believe two.
Two. Yeah.
Noel, if you could put their names up here somewhere, I guess.
Names is crazy. We got
Oh,
mugshots.
Hey, they have names. Come on, it's on legal record.
It's all right, but
it's on legal
listen,
record.
for those of you who don't know who these individuals are, their mugshots are right here.
But I mean, they are innocent until proven guilty, so
No,
we can't
we're-
really say anything.
Yeah, that's why
Correct.
everything's
Correct.
alleged. I'm not a judge. This isn't a criminal courtroom. But at the end of the day,
They were
you got
caught.
your hands stuck in the cookie jar.
Yeah.
And apparently it came from a Help Me Howard tip line or some shit. It
Yep.
wasn't even like
Correct.
a big like.
Wait, are you serious? Is that really how it happened?
It literally local PD were tipped off.
By
Well, Help Me Howard's in New York, Tony, but I'm sure there's a Help Me, Stewart in Chicago or something, or
Oh,
they just,
geez.
it's like that episode of Family Guy where Quagmire throws out the piece of candy on the floor.
Correct. I think
Sure.
what Leo was trying to say is somebody snitched and
Somebody.
Yeah,
somebody snitched.
dry
and,
snitching,
they got caught.
dry snitching. That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Unfortunately,
Someone,
happens.
Someone got cut out of the deal, maybe.
apparently,
Hmm.
could be.
Probably.
There we are.
You never know.
You know what I mean?
Lots of speculation.
well, I know that you also mentioned briefly before the podcast that you think that they are trying to track down a third.
I wouldn't say a third, but I would say there's more people. Well, like I said, I'm only looking at the news and what's out there, right? So from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing is that police are still actually going out there and still trying to trace anybody that actually bought these stolen goods. So hopefully
That's
whoever
great.
did that paid in cash.
Well, you did say it was a nationwide operation.
Nah,
So
yeah.
this could be, geez.
No, we're no lawyers, but currently
It could be your favorite Instagram that
the rap sheet is a couple felonies.
Your
of
favorite reseller.
stolen property. So
Well,
my non-legal advice would be if you still have this stolen property, you should probably not have it.
you should probably flip
And
that on
that's-
StockX and let
that's-
StockX
all
handle
right.
that.
so just for the record, so you're really active on Facebook, I would say.
More so on social media, yes.
Are you Facebook friends with any of the people that were taken in?
No, but I did see that actual profile, and that profile, that person that was caught is pretty crazy because they were literally actually putting all the items out there for sale,
Yeah,
out in the open
yeah.
with prices, and the prices were pretty damn high.
Oh no, yeah.
That's enough
Those
to build a
screenshots
case. Yeah.
were actually sent to me, and they're probably going to be posted here, 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 and here.
Mm.
It's literally just piles and piles of boxes. It's
Yeah.
just insane.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so, short story, I spoke to this individual
Oh,
October of 21,
oh,
Wait.
breaking news.
2021.
Yeah.
Okay.
and we weren't able to come to a deal or anything, so I never took anything. So that's it.
So you can't look for Tony.
That's end of conversation. I never bought anything off this guy ever. But I've always wondered because I looked through his profile and it's just always like he's flossing 50, 100, 200 pairs at a time. It's always sold in bulk, always. Obviously, he never really advertised that he was the first one getting all the pairs. I guess as any seller would, they wouldn't advertise like, I'm the number one guy.
Mm-hmm.
But we never worked out a deal because his prices were actually still really high. So I don't really know who actually bought off him, but I don't know who these guys are going to buy off now.
Well, apparently, I mean, from what I've been told and from what I've seen, I mean, these are actual store owners that actually bought these pairs, even at the high. Because think about it, if you're a store owner, you probably could put another $50 to $100 on each pair. So
Especially in the mall.
Yeah.
malls.
Definitely
malls. Definitely malls.
Enough about dry stitching. I sold out. In other words, Nike Refurbished.
These are just opinions, by the
Nike
way.
Refurbished came out, or back out rather, And it's pretty much, from my understanding, a consumer can take a unwanted pair that they even used, and they can just say words like, hey, it didn't have the correct functionality, or whatever their excuse for bringing it back is, and then it's on Nike or Nike staff to determine if this returned item is sellable. And if it is, what they do is they clean it up, and then they discount the shit out of it, and then they just put it back out in a refurbished box.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
You think this changes things though? Because I feel like Nike's trying to cut out the middleman in a way.
I mean, yes and no, because I mean, like, we sell used shoes. We've been doing it for quite a long time. I think it's just a matter of the economy, and they're realizing that, not re-releasing the same model for 37 years in a slightly different shade of green or brown or whatever you want to call it doesn't really work anymore. No one really cares that much.
That's true.
So I feel like people now are starting to veer into like used pairs, whether it be a Grail or something that they wanted, but if it's a cheaper variety of it and it's the same shoe, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
they probably saw that and they're like, hey, like, how do we tap into this market that we can't do shit about right now? Because once it sells, I have no more type of leeway on this shoe. So now they figured they can maybe cut resellers out, because now they'll just have a refurbished whatever shoe is hot and at a discounted rate, but they'll also make money twice on the same item.
That's true. It also gives them a place to offload a lot of the stuff they send to outlets.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it and you look at what their inventory is listed on Nike Refurbished, it's a lot of stuff that goes to the outlets.
Yeah. 100%.
So there's no way to buy directly from them. Well, there was no way before that.
Mm-hmm.
Now it just seems like Nike Refurbished is that outlet where they just
there's
throw
certain
everything up there.
there's certain Nike stores that have the refurbished program, but they're mainly in outlets.
Correct.
But I know, like, close to here, Nike Hoboken has a refurbished program where you can, take stuff, or you could also, buy stuff. Also, they have a website, but it's still in beta. So it's a lot of like running shoes and a lot of like miscellaneous SKUs. But every once in a while, there'll be like, a UNC3 that we'll put up here. And Brian, if you want to talk more
tell us about that.
Yeah. So apparently, that picture that you see up there, basically, I was sent that from one of our store owners, one of my friends, and apparently came to his store. And actually, if you see it, if you look closely enough at it, it actually has that Nike Refurbished tag straight from Nike. So apparently, what happened was, it looks like somebody, a customer, came in, probably swapped the sneaker with a fake pair, and whoever the employee was that took that in probably doesn't know about sneakers. It's probably just a random regular person that just works at Nike, didn't verify it, just sees the Jordan tag on it and took it in as a refurbished.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, the crazy part is the Nike employees, Foot Locker employees, or anybody who works at a normal retail store in the mall or wherever it is, they're not really trained to authenticate any of these shoes.
Correct.
It's like
No,
they
not.
get all their shoes from from the manufacturer themselves. They get it directly from Nike, directly from Adidas, or Clark's, Reeboks, whoever. They take it in. It looks enough like it. Done. But everything else.
Yeah, but this was so bad. Like, I don't know if you guys could see the picture still, but like
That elephant print does not
No,
look
but
like.
it was terrible.
That looks.
Oh no, I saw the
horrible.
picture, but it's really bad. But
It was terrible. So imagine what's actually out there, though.
But how about if it's just like some grandma just working there, it's like just like a part-time shift. It's like, it could be anything.
Correct.
It's like, that's the part. It's like, I think that this is one thing that they didn't really think about when they started this program.
Yeah, I would, jump off of Leo's point. It was basically also to cut out the middleman or the reseller. Because looking at it from my side, I was talking to a lot of my my partners and a lot of my friends about this program when it first came up, and we were kind of worried, especially me, because a lot of my business was with used and refurbished stuff, and that was a lot of my inventory, and I was kind of worried that the items that were going to come through Nike Refurbished was going to be the stuff that
You had.
I had,
Right.
and my market would have tanked.
Yeah, I feel like that's
Really
a rational.
bad.
That's a rational fear to have. To be
Yeah.
honest, especially if you're a business owner.
Yeah.
I feel like, and like Tony said, there is really no proven way for any employee to even be trained.
Yeah, there's
on,
no
like-
way. There's
it's
no
like-
way.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could. You just
It's like
gotta take it back.
They could go to StockX.
but they probably won't.
They probably won't.
That's,
Because it's that big lawsuit happening.
no, I think ultimately their goal is to just figure out, and obviously they did, another way to be direct to consumer.
Correct.
As far as like, because once they sell that one shoe, technically that consumer is gone until they buy something else. So now you're able to recapture that same consumer, hopefully, at a discounted rate. That'll make them buy more. I mean, technically speaking, if I can buy, one new shoe here, or I can go to fucking Nike and buy 16 refurbished, whatever the hell, for a soccer team, whatever, what have you, I'm going to do that instead of buying them brand new.
100%.
So it's like, you know what I mean? They're not losing by no means. This is programming. Like, no one's ever going to go on sneakers again. Like, they're not,
that
Born
money
and
still
Raised
stays
aren't showing up
in-house.
in fucking refurbished.
Correct.
So what's the price range?
So like a UNC3 retailed at what, like 200, 210?
Yeah.
The discounted rate was like 112.
Or cheaper. I've
Yeah.
seen dunks go for like 50 to like $70 on
Yeah,
there.
but you figure a dunk is like 100 to 110, so it's almost half.
Half off, yeah.
Yeah.
Half off.
Depending on what it is, it's pretty much almost half, if not like teeter tottering at least like 30% off.
But if you actually look at the website though, like a lot of the stock and the inventory on there is actually just bricks, like
Yeah.
stuff that you regularly see that's still sitting on the the Nike website or still on the outlets. It's just that it's been worn,
Yeah,
That's
right?
true.
Or Nike just needs to get rid of their inventory and
Yeah.
like Leo said, to double dip
Yeah.
Nah, yeah.
on the money. So I
Yep.
mean, it's smart. Like I said, I was kind of worried, but now when I look at it more, and the actual website has been out there for a while, and you could actually access it now. One, you either need to have a really great bot for you to actually get the good items. So
That's
like
true.
because
You said it's once in a blue moon.
once
Yeah.
in a blue moon, and
And
you
it
got to
pops
be
up,
really on it
yeah.
because like you don't know like a sneakers drop, you know exactly when it's gonna drop,
Yeah,
right?
It's just really random.
It's very random. So I know some people, I won't say names, but they run bots for the actual refurbished site in case a nice dunk comes up,
Right.
or something really good, a nice Jordan comes up.
Yeah.
But it's like random times at 4, 5, 6, 7
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning, and the regular person's not going to be able to get that.
That's true.
Nah, yeah. I mean, I'm not probably giving away the sauce, but you could filter it to high to low.
Yes.
So I filtered mine high to low. So I just literally, whenever I'm bored or I remember that it exists, I just refresh the page, and if it's not a breast cancer grade school, foam posit, pink, foam posit at $20, like it could be a dunk. I've seen people get like ones on there. Obviously, this is all screenshots and nobody knows if it's real or not, but there's people, all over social media that put up like, hey, I just got like a white cement 3, or I just got like a UNC toe for $79.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I just refresh the page whenever I remember it exists, and hopefully I catch one or two. You know what I mean?
I mean, I know that's like good news for some consumers, but I feel like that also brings the question in, like, because obviously the picture that Bryan is circulating of the UNC3
Mm-hmm.
also, brings up a good point where it's like, Nike can't even authenticate this, and like, who can we trust?
Well, I don't think it's so much that Nike can't authenticate. It's just a matter of you're not hiring authenticators as part of this process, and
Correct.
maybe in the future they'll realize this and be in backpedal, like, hey, maybe we do need to hire someone. But until they do, it's essentially like a untapped market of potential, people just loading in Alibaba pairs of fucking chunky dunkies or whatever. You know what I mean? $1, or as long as you get back more than what you paid, who cares? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's true.
What are they paying at the outlets?
I have no idea. I think it's just a return.
Yeah,
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, it's
'Cause, like,
apparently store credit.
It's most likely merchandise credit
Yeah.
towards something in the store, because I don't think they're gonna give them physical cash.
no.
Yeah.
What I mean is like what are they gauging what they're gonna pay? Are they just gonna give you back what MSRP
I think they give you
is?
Yeah.
retail value, yeah, but you have to
That's
spend it in
nuts.
store.
I don't think it's retail value. I think it's more so like if you go to a Nike outlet and or a Nike store in general, and let's say you bought something 2 months ago,
Mhm.
it's going to be whatever's in their system. So obviously they have these SKUs still in their system, and it's going to go based on, I guess, the date that it was released.
Oh, so they
well-
discount it,
Correct.
Over time.
Accordingly.
Okay,
correct. So
right.
and then that's whatever you get paid out
So when
in
you
terms
go
of like
in-
credit.
right?
But
So
my
when you go
question
in, that's
is-
where you're getting paid.
My question is, if I just buy a Dior one on Alibaba and it retailed at 2,000, am I gonna go with this pair and they're just gonna hit that SKU and it's gonna ring because it's still a barcode, and they're like, oh, hey, well, here's $2,000 store credit. Like, that's my question. It's not so much like, like, are you giving me X or are you giving me Y? It's
I
like,
think there's definitely set parameters where you
Yeah.
can't bring in like
You know
a
what I
you
mean?
can't bring in
I
that.
guess you got to show.
what
Yeah.
if I just come in with a
What,
Louis
I-
Vuitton Air
I
Force
can't. I guess
That's
you can't.
too
do
much.
that.
Yeah.
that has
I-
Coach monogram all over it, but it's the brown one. So now
Yeah, but
it's
come on.
They definitely have set parameters of it being at least like a general release or something that was,
I
not
don't know.
obtainable through like
I don't know, Brian.
outside of the
I'm
Nike
pretty-
realm.
Have
I'm
you?
pretty sure employees ask for receipts or like proofs of
Yeah,
purchases.
I don't think it's that.
I mean, literally speaking, as someone who worked at a corporate footwear before, I can guarantee you that if you come in with a box and you're like, hey, like, birthday present, wrong size, like,
Really?
I can return something that I bought a Magic sneaker at that retail.
well, I don't
No,
know about that
no,
because we definitely
no.
have to check that we at least had it.
Well,
in
that's
our
what I'm
system.
saying.
No, I've seen that before.
If two stores sell a Panda, right? I can take a Panda to either one of them if they have a return policy. That's my point.
Correct, but
No,
you're
yeah.
talking about a more limited item, like a Dior. They're not going to release it at a general release sneaker store.
As
or
long
like
as
a
it
Louis
was
Vuitton.
so essentially anything that was released by Nike.com is a green
I
light.
think that's
I
a
would
better.
say so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
would
that's a
say
better
so.
way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, who's going to come in with a $2,000 sneaker to return? I mean,
yeah. I don't
a
think
that's gonna be
motherfucker
kinda-
like me who just saw that motherfucker just taking fake UNCs. That's a fucking flip. The opposite way of stealing. You're giving it to me.
No,
That's a
yeah.
loophole, baby.
That's scary though. Like if that's actually
Hey.
happening.
Listen, man.
Don't get any
You're-
ideas with this episode.
No legal action will be taken from us, but also do not say that I went and told you to buy a fake Dior and take it to Nike Refurbished.
These are all just opinions.
But if you do, comment below. I want to see what happens. Talk to me about what Stadium Goods recently hit you with.
Oh, so yeah, so Stadium Goods. Stadium Goods.
Stadium
Yeah,
not so good.
Yeah, Stadium not so good. That's exactly what it was.
Oh.
Maybe back in 2017 to like 2021, but now it's not friendly to any of the consigners or any of the resellers because if you look at their new policy of for selling, they actually charge you now.
$15 to withdraw the item after the first 2 weeks, and then it's 180 days free of charge. But they do charge you a $2 storage fee after those 180 days.
So they charge you storage fees, which is pretty crazy for every sneaker, mind you.
Per
Per
sneaker.
sneaker,
Yeah.
and you still get charged a fee when you take it out too.
Yeah.
$15.
Okay.
It's a restocking fee to
Yes.
your
Yeah.
hands.
And what makes it worse as a consigner as a person that does business there, let's say for example, if I already got paid for that sneaker, and I took that money out because I need the money, right? I need to get my money.
Right, you
in
have bills
order.
to pay,
Which-
Yeah, all right. I
which-
paid for the shoe, right?
which-
I need to get my money back.
Which, of course, Hyper Wallet charges you 1% for
That's
a
correct. Shout out
payout.
Hyper Wallet,
by the
always
way.
taking fees. So they take your money, you take your money out, but let's say for example that happens. Now, Stadium Goods is going to be like, hey, you owe this money. You're going to have a negative balance on your account. And basically what happens is any particular sneaker that you sell from that point on
It's gonna now pay your bill.
is going to pay your bill.
Jesus.
unless
It's going to pay your bill.
Unless you just
Unless you
know,
take it out, but they're going to
put
charge
it
a fee
back.
again.
exactly.
Oh man, they
Yo.
got this. They got this.
They got
locked
a
down.
lot.
They got resells in a
lot.
chokehold.
Yeah, no.
That's crazy.
Like I said, I mean, Stadium Goods, in the past couple of years was great
Yeah,
for resellers. That's why I know a lot of resellers that actually did a lot of business with Stadium
Yeah.
Goods. But now, I mean, with the new policies, I've heard tons of people have been taking all their stuff out. They're taking that loss, $15, whatever the return fee is for each sneaker,
just to get their ship
and
back.
just to get their ship back.
Yeah. I mean, they do it at such a great time because we live in a world where, shops are just fucking disappearing with people's money
Oh,
anyway.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
You know what I mean? They just,
spicy.
if you just have to worry about a return, God forbid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
God forbid someone just like
God forbid
takes,
you don't get it
takes
back.
bread that you're owed on
Yeah.
pairs that were sold,
Does it-
or takes your shit that you still have consigned there and disappears anyway.
Doesn't
You're-
it suck to be a reseller?
God
There's a lot of risk.
you can't sell anywhere anymore.
Listen, man. At the end of the day, you can consign at sold out.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
I agree. I've done business here. I've consigned a lot of items here. And actually, if I could send a screenshot or whatever, but if you look above here, I actually got paid out about $26,000 in the past
Oh really?
3-4 years. Yeah, I checked today. In the
Jeez.
The
past-
past 3-4
Yeah,
years.
past 3-4 years, my total amount that I got paid out was $26,000.
That's year to date, my friend. That's
Oh, that's
this
year to date? No,
Yes,
that
sir.
can't be
That's
year
year
to
to
date.
date. I can guarantee you.
You sure?
Why?
I got 26.
Because my year to date last year was 150. My year to date this year is
Now
46.
he's flexing
Excuse me?
on me.
we paid you all that much?
No, you didn't pay me shit. you made your 15%.
Yo.
I should have been keeping the whole 100 like these other owners.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But nah, like I said, sold out is really great in terms of like just paying you out. Like, literally, I could hit up Tony, or I could just call the store, just send an email, and one of the guys will be able to like send my money. I could see they. And what's great is that you guys actually have a website that I could track.
Oh, consignment
What's
portal.
sold,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
A lot of like, think about it. Like, I've heard plenty of horror stories where random people or random resellers have just went to any mall stores. I'm not gonna say which particular mall, but there has been cases where they've gone to mall stores, just drop it off and expect
Something.
something. They expect the owner to give them a call and say, "Hey, your shoe sold.
Yeah.
We're gonna send you this money." No, it doesn't
nice.
happen.
Yeah.
So what I like about you guys is that you guys actually have a portal for that, and I could actually track how much I have coming in.
Yeah.
And if I really needed money, or if let's say for example, I just needed day of, you guys could sell it
Yeah.
or check, and that's great. I don't have to worry about anything.
So there's actually a crazy story that someone actually came in talking to me today. He said that he was begging for access to his consigner's item, and basically he wasn't able to get it for about a year and a half. He showed me what they gave him over email. It was an Excel sheet, 300 plus items, and it took him about a year and a half to get a shared view of the Excel file over
so like
Google Docs.
Wow.
So basically, his was view only, and obviously the store could edit.
So they,
And I was- and
so
I
they
was
just
like-
gave him a receipt.
And I told him, I'm like, if me and the other owners had to deal with Excel sheet for like 1,000 plus people, we would just blow our brains out.
100%.
That's just insane.
correct.
Nah, word. I mean, I've heard like the craziest thing for me, because apparently everybody else does it. All these other portals that exist, Stadium Goods, Flight Club, Alias, Goat, or shit like that. You can make your own profile, and it's like, what do you want a profile for? You have nothing in my store.
Mhm.
Like it's not rocket science. You know what I mean? Like, cool, you can't make your own profile while you're taking a shit, but the second you give me an item and it's uploaded on your profile and your account, you automatically will get access to it. And if you do it in hand, if you need to, we can print you out almost like a bill of sale, but it's like, an inventory
It's an item
list.
list, yeah.
It's just a hard copy.
Yeah.
It's just a hard copy of what you will get emailed to you anyway. And then,
Correct.
a couple days later, you'll get full blown access to your account.
Correct.
We're not trying to hide anything from you. We even, since everything's going down or whatever the hell, like we used to give calls every month to consigners, like, hey, bro, I don't know if you remember, but
You got money.
you got some money here for you. You know what I mean? We stopped doing it because it was just a lot. But now that, we have more staffing and stuff like that, it's the small things like that we're able to do again, where it's like I called someone who was locked up for 8 years and
Jeez.
didn't even remember, his son's name. And he was like, what? I got $500 that sold out. He was like, yo, I'll be there tomorrow. It's like made his day. You know what I mean? I have people who have, sold an item and it was $20 available because it was a t-shirt. And they're like, yo, bro, I needed a pack of gum on my way. You know what I mean? Like, we're not trying to withhold anything from you. You know what I mean?
100%.
If anything, we're probably one of the most forward consignment shops that I've, personally dealt with, beyond the fact that I work here.
Definitely. I mean, I could definitely agree with that because, like I said, I've been consigning here for 3-4 years. And like I said, I've never had any type of issues, and they keep it realistic. Like, how other sneaker stores will be like, hey, we want to charge $400 for a Panda. I come to Tony over here. Tony like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, you can't charge $400 for that. Nobody's going to buy that. So, they keep it realistic where they tell you what the actual margin should be in terms of how higher you could price it from the market, which is great because now I know, okay, for this particular item, I want to give it to sold out because they're going to be able to move it quickly. And also it's still within the range that I want. right? So it makes it pretty much easier, and I don't have to worry about my shit being getting stolen. The store, the store is not going to be in there when the next day when I come back to try to pick up something. I call up the owner, be like, "Hey, where's my money?" And I come over there, there's nothing.
Your blue bubble turning green.
Whoa.
Digging a little too deep in that wound.
Whoa.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. It's not like he's gonna show up anyway.
Yo.
All right, next subject.
Next topic, please.
So now that we know that Chicago's a bust, and people are gonna have to resort to either botting or manually going into these foot sites again, how does one like you go about getting and acquiring your inventory?
For me, it's actually a lot of customer retention. So obviously, we buy and sell, right? So we do what Sold Out does, but we do it more so on a local scale. But basically, it's repeat customers. So let's say, for example, if I sell something to somebody and they liked how I sold, how I did my business, they obviously remember me, and they'd rather go through me in terms of selling their items because I got to compete with you guys in terms of like pricing, in terms of like buying out. And I think I'm more than pretty fair when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they know that. And obviously they like working with me in terms of like, handling business, and just makes it easier. I come up to them. So I make it as easy as possible for, the seller to actually sell. And that's how we get a lot of our inventory. I would say 75% of our inventory is through repeat customers just wanting to sell their stuff and going through us.
Gotcha. And beyond Sold Out, what other like platforms or ways do you go about selling your items?
Oh, we sell everywhere. We sell on all different platforms. We sell on our website, www.thesneakersafeny.com. We sell it on IG. On IG stories. IG stories is one of our biggest ways to sell, especially story sales. People love story sales.
Yeah.
We sell obviously on multiple different platforms. We sell on GOAT, we sell on StockX, we sell on eBay, we sell on Grailed. We don't limit it to just one platform. We drop off stuff here to Sold Out, like we said, in terms of consignment. You don't want to limit yourself into just one platform and just sticking to that. I mean, I guess in terms of if it's moving a lot, but you always want to be a cross-platformer.
That's good. That's good, because I feel like if you're diversifying your portfolio, there's so much more money to be made.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Because think about it. Like, for me, my thought process is more so in terms of like, okay, there could be certain sneakers that would work better on eBay, or there would be certain sneakers that would work better on like GOAT in terms of like used pairs, or there are certain sneakers that are like super hot or like unreleased, like, like the Born and Raised. Yeah. I could drop off to Sold Out and it could sell because you guys have a lot of foot traffic.
Yeah.
So it's always key to sell on multiple different platforms.
Gotcha. Do you go about doing any kind of like, what do you call it? Sneaker conventions or anything like that? Oh,
yes. We love sneaker conventions. Shout out to Got Soul and SneakerCon, our two biggest ones.
Word.
We love them. I think of like conventions not even as to sell.
Mm-hmm.
I think of it more as a marketing tool, and I told a lot of people this. Like, if you're able to reach out to 5,000 people coming to your table, or 5,000 people at a convention coming to you, that's 5,000 potential customers that you could reach, right? That alone in itself justifies the cost.
Word.
Right? I mean, it's well and good that you could sell a lot of stuff there, and obviously, like if the conventions like you.
Yeah,
and what you bring to the table, they'll highlight you. Yeah, they'll spotlight you. They'll highlight you, and from there, your reach goes out. So we definitely love conventions and stuff like that.
No, yeah, I agree. It's definitely good for networking. There's a lot of people you can meet at conventions.
Yeah,
people that aren't even from the same state as you.
Yeah, 100%.
So I know you travel a lot. I know. What was the last event you went to?
We went to Boston. We went to Boston. Yeah. So we have a lot of and what's surprising is when we came back, we've gained a lot of followers and a lot of customers from Boston because, they mess with us. Like they've seen what we brought to the tables, and they liked it, and they were like, hey. We'd rather do business with you than anybody else around Boston. So
word.
There you are.
It's great.
Are you? Can we say that you'll be at
DC?
Just Nice Sneakers convention.
Oh yes,
in,
I heard about
Prudential.
that. You guys are sponsoring that. Is
Sponsored
that
by
correct?
Sold
Yeah,
Out.
Yes, sir.
I've seen that. I've seen
Yes,
that.
sir.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be out there.
Yeah, for sure.
We're
I'll
going
send-
definitely be
to
out there.
going to the Devils game after.
No, Rangers, New York, baby, New York.
Oh,
Queens get the money.
yeah. I don't think this episode's gonna air anymore.
Cut. Nah.
What is Jersey?
Well, you say that, but speaking about Jersey, our good friend Kyrie Irving seems to love
yes.
these NJ hats. So yeah,
Shout out Kyrie.
nah, for sure. Shout out
Man.
the Irving family. You know what I mean? Kyrie showing love, as we show love back.
Definitely.
It's a mutual relationship that hopefully it keeps growing from here. And we'll definitely be in tune to see if he wears any like in the tunnels, stuff like that. I know there's a lot of like media footage and stuff like that on the NBA walkways for the tunnels.
You guys are getting a lot of publicity with that. I reached out because I randomly saw a picture of him rocking that hat, and I was like, "Yo, shit, that's
Yeah.
the new NJ hat from Sold Out." I was like, I immediately reached out to Tony. I was like, "Yo, Tony, you seen this?"
Yeah,
I was like, "Yo, you
actually
gotta reach
pretty
out to your
thrown back.
manager, man."
He was
I think
was
the
like,
crazy thing
He's
is
like, yeah, we put that hat on.
Secretly.
I think the crazy thing about it is like now we definitely want to know who else wants to wear the hat.
Nah,
So
word.
if you guys know any Jersey athletes or any athletes that have a connection to the state, let us know. We might be able to reach out to them.
Or if you want to purchase this NJ hat and you're
Ooh.
not in Jersey City yourself,
Smooth.
you
There you
can
are.
shop right here at soldoutjc.com.
Give this man a raise, Tony. See that? See what he did?
I
Nah.
Give that man a raise.
Why give me a raise when you're wearing Born and Raised?
Oh, damn.
And we're out.
Yo.